every time. Whatever it is, I keep on trying. 'Cause it ain't hard to forgive when you know what it's like. That's why I'm better with and without you. Oh, I'm on it, I want it, but why do you seem to call it your ex? I can't tell if you're here or you're out there. Do you wanna be out there? You don't need to be Prince Charming to me. I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need to kill a dragon for me. Ooh, I don't need no fairy tale.
Hello, internet friends. It is I, Cute Noob, with my wonderful co-caster for today, Epitomes. How are you?
I am doing great, and we obviously just saw some really great Valorant just now out of AIMPUNCH and Final Form, and we're excited to move on to the semifinals following along our buddies AIMPUNCH from the last match against their next matchup, Dart Monkeys.
So for some of you guys who are just joining us, the first game leading up to the semifinals was Final Form versus AIMPUNCH. Unfortunately, Final Form did end up falling short, and it did give AIMPUNCH the lead into the semifinals. The second matchup was Dart Monkeys versus definitely not Serenity, and it was obviously Dart Monkeys who made it through. And this is actually a rematch for last VCT Game Changers. They actually met up with each other previously before, where Dart Monkeys were victorious. They did take it the long run, which was 3 maps. So I'm kind of expecting a really long run here, Epitomes.
I mean, yeah, I definitely think that AIMPUNCH, you can see that they've improved a lot. They made it further in the bracket than they did in the last Game Changers Academy, where Final Form actually went on to face Dart Monkeys in the semifinals. So you can see that they're definitely better as a team, and I'm excited to see where they take us on our first map, which we can look at the maps, picks, and bans right now. Our first map being Bind.
I'm excited for Bind. Bind is a map that we don't see that often. Usually it's the kind of, I heard Sam say this and I have to say it, bread and butter, which is Ascent. Thankfully, Ascent is going to be left over for that last map. I've seen it quite a lot in my casting days. So I'm like, yeah, mix it up a little, bring a little extra sauce, and I'm expecting a lot of teleport plays.
I mean, Dart Monkeys starting on the defense. From what we know about Dart Monkeys, I think Bind was the only map that they actually did lose to AIMPUNCH in the last matchup that they had. So it's pretty smart of AIMPUNCH to take it to Bind in this case.
Absolutely. And the second map that we will be visiting will be Breeze, which I hope you guys are ready for some tropical weather, because it's going to get spicy as AIMPUNCH decided to go on defense for that map.
Defense on Breeze, I find, can be kind of hard. We're probably going to see that Viper once again. And we do know that both these teams like to take out the chamber. Since the last Game Changers Academy, there is a little bit of a roster change. Instead of Communist being that 5th player for Dart Monkeys, they instead have put in SK. But talking about team comps, on Bind, last time we did see them put in the Astra, so I'm wondering if they do switch that out for maybe a Brim, maybe an Omen.
I would like to see Brimmy with the Stimmy. I feel like ever since this recent update, I mean, well, he's had 2 updates, if we're being honest. We're playing on the most recent, which took out a Stim beacon. How do you feel about that, Tala?
Well, I mean, I think it definitely consolidates his identity as that sort of like burst agent where you really just go in one time real fast, and then that's like all the juice at once, you know? And it definitely makes a lot of sense since he was a little bit grossly overtuned after they buffed the Stim Beacon to give also a speed boost. But it's nice to see that they're taking him out. But SK actually pulling out the Viper as well. So now we've got a double controller comp on the side of Dart Monkeys as well as the Sage. So starting on the defense, this is going to be, I expect, a very, very strong sight hold from Dart Monkeys.
Absolutely. I mean, on the side of Aim Punch, we're going to get those double initiators. And I love the fact that they're bringing out the party with the race on Suerte. I think this is going to come down to how well also Hollywood is able to pick off the initial picks. Hollywood has done phenomenal. As we saw him on the first games, he popped off, right? He's a Sentinel main. If we want to know a little bit of background on Hollywood, his KD is 1.08. His headshot is 25%. So you better watch out. You better be dodging. You better be bobbing out. And then kill per round is 0.79. I think Hollywood is going to be the person to look out for.
Yeah, I definitely think that Hollywood, last time that they played Bind against Dart Monkeys, Hollywood actually came out at the top of the scoreboard for Aim Punch. They had very high ACS, very high number of kills. KDA was popping, so there's definitely someone to watch out for. Chamber is I would say sort of a pseudo duelist because Chamber is an agent that turns out to need a lot of support from their team, and you see that coming out with the double initiator pick, both the Sova and the Sky. So they're going to have a lot of info gathering on the side of Aim Punch, and I expect very strong defaults from them as well. But now starting off, they're going to go on the A site. Sky Smoke's already down, and Suerte just going right on in with the help of those paint shells.
Oh my land, Grimoire already starting off with that right click feeling a bit diff. Bunny B, they are also popping off here at this point, but it's Island who finally shuts it down, giving the defenders, like you said, a very strong defense.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that wasn't really the first round play for Aim Punch because they have so many defenders that can just kind of shut down these sites. Viper, although not a Sentinel, her mollies and utility with the decay on the toxic screen covers so much ground, and she can easily shut down sites as well as a Killjoy might be able to. And Sage, obviously, just that wall, not as strong on the A site anymore because she can't wall short due to the changes to the box, but Showers, definitely a good pick, and also allows her to farm this orb really easily and get that powerful ultimate up, the resurrection here, as you just saw Dysphoric do, and just run off there. Hollywood leading the charge right behind Suerte into Showers now.
Yeah, they're being blocked off by that Viper wall. Now that smoke coming out as well. They're going to have to push through this smoke. I mean, there's not really much you can do as you are on a weapon deficiency. You're being held back by every utility being thrown out from Dart Monkeys, and now you're having to rethink, well, what do we do at this point? The Spike will be rotating over to A short because, I mean, there was just too many util thrown at them there, so they're going to have to reposition and think twice. But I think right here they are working for a pick, Tala.
Yeah, it's definitely smarter to play a default. They are on an eco, however, so they need to play very carefully. Showing no presence on B, though. I think they're trying to bait out rotation, but they still got the Viper here. They still got the Sage, so this is not going to be the best site to push. And already they're being just gunned down from both this U-Haul position. Ooh. Oh, nice shot from Hollywood, though. Suerte's trying to go ahead. The right click doesn't come through for her. And Grimoire is going to get the last laugh in this round.
Oh man, that was kind of what we expected though, Tala, right? When you have a weapon advantage, you tend to keep it, especially how Dart Monkey is playing their defense very patient, using a lot of the util to hold back that forceful push that Aim Punch wants to do. They seem like they want to just hit a site and hit it hard. That's kind of what we saw them do the first two games against Final Form. But Dart Monkeys are aware of that. I don't know if they did their homework, but they're definitely playing their defense to their advantage.
They switched over the Viper and the Sage towards the B side, so this is going to weaken the defense a little on the side of A, and they've tried to push out of Showers to collect up that orb. They've done so, and it's really an orb farming game for Dart Monkeys. They're trying to keep that ultimate economy up. It's a really nice play from them, and they've also forced out a rotation. Even though they initially wanted to push hard and fast into Showers, they've now rotated around to B long and are just greeted with that Sage wall.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. You know, they kind of feel like, oh man, now we have to wait out this wall. They're gonna drone into sight to try to pick a member off of Dart Monkey out and see their location. It's gonna be the Sage that's gonna be peeked out though in tunnel, but this push from Sky onto the teleporter, we asked for teleporter action, and Bunny B is giving it to us, but
no.
unfortunately doesn't check the corner. Suerte's already ready for that 2K.
Really nice 2 picks. The teleport tells them that the A site is weak, and it's the rotation in through vents for Dart Monkey's squad. They're able to get the plant down on the side of AIMPUNCH, and now just have to hold for the post plant. They are going to be expecting this flank from Viper as well. The trademark's going to go off, give away her position. She destroys that trap, and now it's a retake situation for Dart Monkeys in a 3v5.
Yeah, this is kind of a hard situation. I mean, man disadvantage is hard. They also know the location of SK, as you mentioned. And SK is going to try to get some pop shots here at Hollywood, but Hollywood knows better to hold that angle. Sage trying to get a peek off of Heaven, but unfortunately doesn't see anyone. And at this moment, I mean, too much time has ran by, and I think it's better to hold your weapons if you are Dart Monkey at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Dart Monkeys, they still are on a save. I think Grimoire was looking to try and die to that spike, and unfortunately it just seems like Viper was a little bit too far away. SK still holding on to a Spectre from the round previous. They're able to buy up now, Dart Monkeys, but it's still a little bit scuffed. Half shields on Grimoire, and Island also holding on to those half shields. And now AIMPUNCH on the full rifles. Every single player surviving, I believe, and now they are able to looking at a little bit more of a default play, some players in market, but still heavy, strong Showers presence. They're trying to fight for this orb. It's a guiding light trade-off between the two skies, but no real damage being surrendered to either side.
Yeah, they're trying to farm up this shower orb, which makes sense. If you give it to the sky, you get those seekers coming out, giving the position of where the enemies are. But I do love this default play coming out from AIMPUNCH. They have been able to capitalize on the aggression of Dart Monkeys, which was what gave them their first point on the board already. So I think they're waiting to see if they can capitalize once again. And as you can see, Suerte is lurking about in this hookah rotation, but it's the Trailblazer that caught her out, and Dysphoric also manages to capitalize on that. Island following through and taking out Hollywood as well. And now the spike has to be forced onto this A site where most players are at.
Oh, Bunny B sitting in this corner. A spam through the smoke is going to get them one, but KDO is going to trade that one back. AIMPUNCH, they're down to 2 players in a post plant, and this is a lot of utility coming out. KDO, if that shot didn't kill her, the paint shells would have. Kaz, good position though, turns away after the first kill, and Dysphoric is going to clean that one up. SK finding the defuse already. You see the orb farming simulator is paying out dividends for Dart Monkeys. They already got that resurrection online and one away from the showstoppers as well, and that is that's such a nice heart.
We get a heart from Island. We do appreciate the love. I think they're saying, yes, you are correct. Island is 1 point away from that showstopper, which could cause AIMPUNCH to be stopped in a frenzy if they decide to hard push a site. They're kind of on a weird buy here, as you can see. Actually, no, scratch that. It's going to be Hollywood bringing out the Tour de Force. I like the idea that they had that last round where it was kind of defaulting out and seeing where they could punish. Unfortunately, though, I feel like the communication that's coming out from Dart Monkey is just a little bit too crispy clean for them. And instead of getting caught out, they were able to, it kind of backfired on them for the most part.
Yeah, the paint shells doing a little bit of damage, trying to clear out Hookah here. They've successfully gotten SK to hop out, but she's still holding pretty close under that window. KDO is going to be the one to try and gather some information, but maybe they're backing off here. Signals from Hollywood that the A site is pretty much clear. Tour de Force still in their hands on the other side of that site as well, but right now just pot shots being spammed. Hollywood trying to see if they can get anything over on this A site.
Yeah, Hollywood lurking about 8, but unfortunately does not catch a sound. It's going to be the Brimstone rotating over back to A. Unfortunately for AIMPUNCH, I think they wanted to kind of bait out these rotations, but because they're not getting any confirmation that anyone has moved about, they are going to have to commit onto this A site. They're going to start off this guiding light coming out from Dart Monkeys is going to say for sure there is someone in Octagon. That Molly's going to start the party, but it's the crossfire. KDO manages to hit the shot as well as Genuine, the last man standing, is Bunny B onto the site, but gets caught out. The bomb is going to get planted here, Tala.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 4v2 in the retake. This was a really nice push coming out from AIMPUNCH, and now they can hold really strong in the post, but oh, Hollywood still finds that shot, putting away the tour de force for a Phantom, and it's all left up to Grimoire now. Got the Incendiary as well as a Sim Beacon, but I don't know if it's enough. Just takes a peek. Oh, and Hollywood secures that last kill. Dart Monkeys now 3-2, not a bad deficit, investing the tour de force, and now they have the orbital strike online.
Comfortable position to be in if you are AIMPUNCH. You have the economy to full buy. You also have a orbital strike if you want to clear the site or hold it for post plant. They're also about to come near a Hunter's Fury, and they could also farm about the Seekers as well if they want to give that to Genuine. On the side of Dart Monkeys, I'm not sure what happened with that push. I feel like the crossfire was there. Somehow it just didn't manifest correctly.
Oh my god, a really nice shot from Suerte to take down Bunny B. Top frag of the Dart Monkeys team as of right now, and throwing the paint shells just to zone a little bit further. Toxic Screen goes up, and Hollywood catching out this flank from Island, so taking out some aggression on the back end. So now both of these sites are very weak. Dysphoric getting a little aggressive outside mid, and KDO is going to with a wide swing takedown from Grimoire. Suerte, once again, such a strong flank watch from AIMPUNCH, and all left up to SK now on this eco.
A back and forth, just one person standing. SK trying just to get a kill onto KDO and manages to do so. Gonna push into site, build that KDA, build that economy if possible, using that cloud to kind of get a little bit more space. But it's gonna be this crossfire happening here and lamps that might catch them out, and Hollywood is able to secure that. So just one kill for SK, but a 3-3 on the board here, Tala.
Yeah, I mean, they tie up the scoreline. Now, Dart Monkeys do have the full buy in their hands. They've got those two ultimates as well. But on the other side, AIMPUNCH building up some economy, and they also have the two ultimates on top of that. One away from the showstopper. On the other side, we've got both SK and Grimoire. We might see a battle of the orbs here because they are trying, you see that Toxic Screen postured for Shower's control, and both and Grimoire on the other end trying to pick up the Shower long orb as well. So I think they're definitely going to be trying to pick up these ultimates for their teammates. Dysphoric kind of fighting for her life, putting down those slow orbs. The barrier orb goes up as well, and they're trying to break it, but SK, it's just not safe for her to take it.
Yeah, that is scary if you push out. Nades catching some attention over onto the B side, but it's the A side that's still being fought over. All utilities being thrown out here. SK getting caught with the shock bow. 4 health and a dream just spraying through the barrier is going to catch KDO, but now has to back up, and unfortunately that orb was not obtained.
Oh, but she does get the ultimate anyway off that one kill, and you see the 4 ultimates just lighting up yellow across the top of the screen here. This is a really scary situation, especially with AIMPUNCH down 2 players, and Dart Monkeys in a good position to pull ahead, but Hollywood, oh, she's lurked all the way up, and Bunny B still's caught in the Trailblazer. Grimoire is able to shut that down, but she's evened out the numbers quite some time. Only a 1-player deficit on the side of AIMPUNCH now with the orbital strike available. But only 30 seconds left on the clock, and the resurrection bringing Bunny B back into play. That's a safe res right there, and Island goes down in heaven. So still 2v3 situation, but 20 seconds. The stress is on now, and Sky Smoke's blocking out their heaven exit. That guiding light not connecting either. They have no information on where these players are.
Oh, man.
Just sitting outside U-Haul, and Genuine with the 2k. Maybe she can clutch this one up, but all Dysphoric has to do is run, and the spike not having time to be planted. Maybe she can secure this last frag. Not in the cards.
Oh man, they want to go for each other though. They definitely do, and it's genuine on top. That was just an overall battle. I think that whole round was a battle of the orbs. To rush to get those ultimates. Ultimates are important because they can help hold positions. They can also hold off a push from the attacking team. As you can see on the side of AIMPUNCH, they do have 4 ultimates, which they could use to push onto this A site. And it looks like it is going to be an A push, as we have most of the gang surrounding A short as well as showers.
Already the Seeker's going right off, but oh my god, the kill onto Grimoire. I actually think I know what happened there, and it's actually so troll, but they're able to get on the site with the help of a showstopper, and there's just methodically taking down every single defender. And now, since they are on an eco, it seems like Dart Monkeys do not have a real way back into this round. Isla may be able to find something with the showstopper, but maybe not the best round to invest either. So it's just very slow retake from Dart Monkeys, trying to do as much damage as possible and go down with the blast.
Oh man, just a sheriff in the hand of Bunny B drops into sight. Now has to check every single angle just to get a kill here. Able to seek out Hollywood, but Hollywood ends it all. Now Island gets one, tries to go for the second, but unfortunately Suerte just has a lot of suerte.
I actually do not know what that word means.
Oh, it's luck.
Luck?
Suerte means luck, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Something
Thank you
today.
for the education. And now it's a tack pause from Dart Monkeys, just trying to figure out what's going on here. Bunny B, 1 away from the Seekers. The ult economy is always very good on the Dart Monkeys squad, but they have 3 very powerful ultimates online for themselves. And on the other side, AIMPUNCH, they've got 2 ready. And Kaz, we saw that Kaz got an orbital strike kill last round, and I'm pretty sure what she did was she smoked U-Haul where Grimoire was hiding so that she would get lost inside the smokes and not know which way was out of U-Haul, and then ulted it.
Oh, yeah,
It's so big brain, but it's so cheese and it's so annoying, but I commend her. Great kill, and it also cleared out U-Haul very effectively.
Yeah, and a lot of ultimates, although I do feel like there was a lot of ultimates used from the side of AIMPUNCH there. Yes, they still have 2 more, and they tied up the game, right? So yes, it was worth it, but at the same time, I feel like it was a little bit of an overkill. But I mean, you got the point. Now, though, is going to be where Dart Monkeys needs to kind of start to figure out, like you said, what are they going to do better? They do seem to be able to get around, but it's AIMPUNCH who manages to win the second round following that. So they're not really catching that lead, which could become a little frustrated. Like we stated before, Vine has been a map that Dart Monkeys has lost to AIMPUNCH before. The previous time they lost to them, it was 13-2, but now it's a change of pace.
Ooh, they're no longer fighting for that showers control. We see that Viper's Pit already being Island. What is this crosshair? She is holding the hookah position right alongside Bunny B, and that first peek headshot onto Hollywood, and Suerte unable to get away either. So already 2 big name players for AIMPUNCH down, as well as the tour de force from the chamber. So now they've got 3 players left to work with. They've got the Hunter's Fury online on KDO, and they're looking to push this Viper's Pit. As soon as you step inside, that's a whole lot of decay that you got to deal with, so you better have some crispy aim or just pray SK isn't looking in your direction.
I'm terrified. If I am those 3 players, I am absolutely terrified for my soul. SK, though, is going to get caught out slipping in her own ultimate. KDO able to get that kill. Now the A site is going to be in control of AIMPUNCH. Orbital Strike also in the back pocket of Grimoire. Once again is going to get popped. The Kaz has to reposition here. The bomb does not go down. 20 seconds, but Genuine holding the CT angle. Seekers come out. Gets blinded. Bunny B is able to get this kill as Grimoire as well, and now it's just down left to KDO.
We've got to tap the spike here, but Grimoire with the wide peek. Bunny Bee's got her back, though. And now it is a 5-4. Dart Monkeys still pulling ahead. Tac Paws doing them some good here. And now Dysphoric has actually picked up an operator. And honestly, this is not something you see very often, especially on the Sage. So I'm interested how this might work out. I know that they still want to fight for that long control. Especially now with an operator, they have a lot of power over those angles, and this is exactly where AIMPUNCH is looking to hit.
It's like they're reading them like a book. First they went A, now they want this B, but it's Dysphoric with the wall. Wait, was that an accident, or was that... I feel like that might have been on purpose. It doesn't matter any longer because the op is there, ready to kill Genuine. And the wall also goes down very quickly. Bunny Bee with that guiding light gonna reassure that there is more folks over on this long action. Showstopper coming from Island, trying to connect, does not connect. Sometimes those showstoppers just slip.
Oh, nice shot onto Suerte as well, and Bunny Bee with the push out long is going to find 2 SK. Only a classic in hand, but that's not going to stop her. Hollywood falls to the classic, and Suerte all on her lonesome now. After being legged with the operator shot from Dysphoric, has to go pick up that spike. It's not directly being watched by Bunny Bee, but just one noise giving away her position. This could be lethal. A breath of air could literally take her down right now.
I love the fact you actually got that, because every time I try to say that line, it escapes me. Just like my breath.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, you could breathe on her and she'd die. You hear that a lot in your ranked games. Breathe on her. She's won.
They're never one, though.
I know, they're never one.
That's the heartbreaking part. It's gonna be the shotgun, though, that's gonna do the breath of air, and it connects. And it just so happens to be SK, who just happened to also get a classic kill.
I mean, SK makes sense why she takes out the classic if she was sitting on a judge at that distance. Yeah, let me just snipe them with a shotgun. But now she gets to pick up that Vandal instead, and Dart Monkey's looking at a pretty good position for themselves, even though they don't have any ultimates. When at the beginning of this game, the early rounds, the ultimate orb farming simulator was basically the name of the game, and now no ultimates available for once in their lives, but they have guaranteed themselves a tied half. Oh!
Communication was very interesting, but somehow it managed to go on the way of Dart Monkeys. It is going to be Island very low on health, but SK's got the back of everybody at this point, but Suerte manages to get both of Showers. The stack was onto B site, and now they have to play retake onto this site.
Still a 3v3 situation. The only concern here is that Orbital Strike and Hunter's Fury. This is a lot of post-plant utility, and AIMPUNCH, as long as they can back off, get off the site, it means they're in a good position. But Bunny Bee takes down Kaz, and KDO as well. Those are both the ultimates I just mentioned, and Grimoire going huge with a 3k. And Dart Monkeys are going to clean this one up for a 7-4.
Yeah, it kept going back and forth, Tala, but finally, it seems like Dart Monkeys may have figured out what AIMPUNCH is doing. And what exactly is that they've figured out, Tala?
It seems like AIMPUNCH is actually falling apart a little bit on these pushes, because when they realize that there is a lot of aggression towards either avenue of the site, like we saw in the beginning, they would put 3 showers, 2 long, or maybe 3 short and 2 hookah, then they realize that, oh, let's just push the other site and we'll wrap them around, and then they have to play retake either way. But Dart Monkeys has kind of stopped doing that. They're spreading themselves out a little bit more, playing on the site, playing back, and playing safe for the retakes, and that makes it a lot easier for them to defend the sites, especially with their team comp. But Island able to get that first pick, just hopping around. Oh, she's able to avoid the Hunter's Fury.
That is so hard to avoid sometimes. Somehow Island just got away, and now they are on site, but not fully in control. As we can see, most of the players from Dark Monkey are holding on to this Heaven position. They know that they like to plant default. Hollywood holding off CT, but the peak from both Island and Grimoire are gonna come in clutch. Cass able to clutch up on this lamp, and now KDO is the last man standing for AIMPUNCH, trying to make it happen, trying to get her team back. Does get the 2K, looking for this 3. It's a shotgun. Grimoire, though.
I mean, open up the sky, I guess.
This was the final round, so it makes sense. I was kind of questioning why that came out, but that's a statement. That's a statement to end the first half.
8-4 on the first half. Defending, not bad at all from Dart Monkeys, but now they switched this halves, and I'm not sure if they have as much aggressive utility as AIMPUNCH does, with the Sova as well as the Chamber being their main info gatherers here. But I honestly don't know if the Sova gave them as much info as they would have liked, since they also do have the Sky here, and their defaults really weren't that much there for AIMPUNCH. It seemed like they weren't really pausing and trying to play for picks. They just kind of picked a site and decided, well, this is where we're gonna go. Let's rush them.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Dark Monkeys decides to play this. As we can see, they are going to want to go towards this B site, but they have a lurker about. That wall from Viper is going to be used to kind of... I'm looking for this word. It's always going to go onto a site so that they know that that wall is always going to be there. Condition them. That's the word I was thinking. Apparently, I don't have enough conditioning.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow push so far. This is a pretty deadly double hookah hold. You see that shorty in the hands, but oh, it's the push from Long that gets things started, and Cass has to turn around. Genuine is able to find one, but SK with the 2K and hookah makes this a 3v3, actually, as KDO finds one more. Hollywood, the headhunter, will find nothing, and SK, once again, a 3K, leaves it all up to KDO, and she's got the ghost, and she's got a recon, but only 48 health, and maybe even possibly a dream here.
Well, that dream comes with that recon bolt, showing 2 people still left alive, but the spam through the smoke is just absolutely real. Takes her down to 22 health. Has to push out. I mean, at this point, you just want to die either to the bomb or to your enemy and take one with you.
Oh. I mean, Dysphoric, they get that last kill, and, I mean... She tried to make it work. She did try, and final. It's Dart Monkeys actually going for a timeout. I mean, they're not really in any position to. They're not in any dire position, I should say. It seems like they're in a really good spot. Actually, they are 5 rounds ahead of AIMPUNCH, but I guess they're just trying to take a moment and make sure that this is the 12-4 that they wanted. They get this over with as quickly as possible. And speaking about AIMPUNCH, now that they are on the defense, I hope that we are going to see a lot more patient defense from them, because on the attack, you can kind of see why Haven is their favorite map, because it takes a lot of coordination, but Haven just favors that aggression, and they really like going for that aggression.
I mean, but like you stated, they can't do that on defense. They were looking like they were really patient and splitting the sites fairly correctly. Unfortunately for them, though, it seems like the timing coming out from Dark Monkeys was just perfect, right? Like, it just so happened that the wall was in. They caused enough distraction for the hookah player to have to focus onto that octagon push, and then SK was able to creep up B short and get that kill off the hookah player, which then gave them full control of hookah and site as well with that wall off on elbow. The weapon advantage, like you stated, they are most of the time, if you have this weapon advantage, it's going to go your way, but it looks like AIMPUNCH is not going to give them that shot, as they're also going to be force buying here.
They really want to keep him off the double digits, and Suerte is going to open things up with that first kill. That's very aggressive push from mid. They're already just running it down, and A site completely open, but they're still clearing out every single angle, and they realizing that there's no one here, so they're just going to run all the way around. The Trailblazer finds nothing on the back end, and now AIMPUNCH has started slow walking in defender spawn, attacker spawn. It seems like they've completely switched sides, and now that they realize that every single site is clear, they're just going to... Are they going to plant? Are they going back
I'm gonna go ring around the rosies here. And this right here is top-notch content for y'all folks at home. As you can see, they don't really care about this plant. What they care about is the kills. The kills matter.
Yeah,
okay,
I think they've gotten
that.
some whiff. They've gotten some whiff of the fact that there is going to be players in market. They decide to plant on the B site, but honestly, they could have planted for back site instead. But looking at the positioning, the barrier orb, as well as the sky smokes, they're expecting a push from CT. But Bunny B ready for it. She's able to, or they're able to find one, but unfortunately only one. And Hollywood is going to trade that one back. And all of a sudden, Dysphoric is last player left standing. This push is working out for AIMPUNCH, and with the clean up at the very end, that was really
my
nice
jaw
round
is
from
just
AIMPUNCH.
open.
I don't even know. That wasn't even a strategy. It was just it was a strategy, but what was it? Was it really?
I don't know. Chat, you tell us, because we're as confused as everyone else at this point. The attackers became the defenders became the attackers, the planters ended up dying. Somehow that round was not meant to go the way of AIMPUNCH, but they managed to get it down the bag, and now they're going to be able to, some force buy, some decided to save up for future events, but now Dart Monkeys are going to have to save up and work for this dub if they want it.
Oh, Suerte is in a really nice position with this judge. The paint shell's going out. She's going to hop on back. Oh my god. Grimoire? Unfortunately, going to get picked off by the nade. And Suerte just sitting inside the smoke. I hope she knows how long they last, because I don't. But Dysphoric immediately takes down the threat of the judge, and she's got a 2k outside of showers now. SK, however, has lurked up all the way into U-Haul.
Oh man.
Oh, she's going to bring back her Grimoire, and that is huge here.
Yeah, they managed to pick up a Judge and a Spectre, which is going to help them out. As you can see, SK has a shorty in lamps waiting for someone to come about that way, but it's going to be Island pushing onto the site to see what type of contact they could get in here. Gonna peek CT.
Oh my
Manages to get KO with, is that a Sheriff? I has to be a Sheriff because that hit diff. And now Kaz has to peek onto the showers, has the Spectre, but those paint shells have been so instrumental to just picking out these little corners here, Tala.
And now what was an eco? They've got guns in their hands. Island after that pick. And SK, oh, she creeped into that smoke. Unfortunately, did not get what she wanted onto Hollywood. And now they are left alone in this 1v3. I mean, they have some utility. They've got the Headhunter too, but can they pull this one out? Island just watching right inside that U-Haul position. A little bit of damage onto her as well. They gotta peek somewhere, and unfortunately Grimoire is just going to peek around and take them down for a thrifty round, and now free guns in the hands of Dart Monkeys, and they're at double digits.
Double digits indeed, and they definitely earned that. They were patient enough to wait out that shower push and not get as aggressive. Usually Dart Monkey, I feel like they're pretty aggressive and they try to hold whatever position they want. For example, hookah or long, they assert their dominance. That time, they decided to play it more patient. They knew that it was going to be an iffy buy for AIMPUNCH, so they were not about to go push a smoke, and just like that, they got awarded with that 2-pick and the weapon in showers. But now, they have weapons, they have AKs, they have everything that they desire on their pockets, and now they're rotating over because they know that AIMPUNCH is on a save round.
Now just creeping up long. Well, not even creeping. They're actually just elephanting down long, and Hollywood is going to be sitting in the corner, the sole defender of this site. But Dysphoric, that peak, really nice from Hollywood, but one is all that they get. And Suerte and KDO now making a really fast rotation over through the teleporter. Actually, that's just an entire team through the teleporter, and there is no doubt that Dart Monkeys heard that, popping that Viper's Pit real fast onto the site, and now it's going to be a long ways to go for AIMPUNCH to get back into this round. Bunny B taking down that sole long defender, and now it's the retake game for AIMPUNCH. Grimoire, however, down on KDO, down goes Genuine, and down goes Kaz.
That was a lot of ultimates used for the side of Dart Monkeys. They had the site. I feel like the Seekers was a little bit of an overkill, especially since you kind of know that AIMPUNCH is on a safe round. But I guess you have to do everything to secure the round, and now they are on to this second to last match point. The economy is booming for Dart Monkeys, and it looks like they're starting to run with this dub, Tala.
Yeah, I mean, keeping Dart Monkeys off match point is going to be difficult when you only have those Seekers available, but I saw that Sova was one off the Hunter series, so maybe that's what they need in order to try and get themselves back in. Hollywood once again taking a brave position here in Garden Island, looking for a peak. Hollywood just rendezvous out, hearing that aggression up long. They're collecting up the orb once again, or not yet, but they're definitely going to. Orb farming simulator.
Listen, I mean, they've been using their ultimates like there's no tomorrow, so hey, the more you use it, the more you use it, folks. Wait, did I say use twice? You know what I'm saying? The point is, you get your ult, you use it, then you get it back again. That's what I meant there, but the lurking is going about both ways. The spike hasn't even committed. Dart Monkeys know that they are on top, so they are playing it very slowly, but Hollywood catches Island just a little bit too cheeky there, and now Grimoire able to get down Suerte over on this hookah position, so the spike is going to commit over onto this B site. They're going to have to fight both Kaz and Hollywood, who are still holding down the position, but we do have some guiding lights on Bunny B once they decide to use them.
Now, Sky Smokes have gone down. Guiding Light does connect there. Hollywood, once again, it's Hollywood going big with a 4K here, finding the head of SK to clean this one up after what seemed like an explosive push. Hollywood almost single-handedly keeping Dart Monkeys off match point.
And also now manages to get that toward the force. Also, we have the showstopper on the side of AIMPUNCH as well. If Hollywood continues to lock down this B site, I feel like Dart Monkeys are no longer going to want to go onto that site. When you know that there is such a strong player holding that down, it's better to go about another way. And just like I say that, most of the party from Dart Monkeys are over onto this A site. And look at that, Tala. We see the Facebook being pulled up here by Grimoire.
The Facebook, the iPad from Grimoire, as well as the Stim Beacon. This is so much utility onto this site, and they are already able to get this plant down. They're trying to break that barrier orb, the showstopper, right on over, just popping that through, but Genuine is going to be able to take down Grimoire. That is the planter, and Hollywood on the flank, though, is going to be neutralized by SK. They're trying to take control of this site, but U-Haul still highly contested. The guiding light on through the truck position, trying to sniff out Kaz, but all four through the teleporter, and now going over to that A side. KDO with it all. Odin, though, still, it's a wallbang kill from Island, and Suerte is going to trade that right on back, but Dart Monkey still got the player advantage here with a 3v2 situation in the retake. Island once again holding very aggressively and taking down Kaz as well, and Suerte, it's all left up to her, and she has got almost nothing available. She's got one blast pack, but still doesn't stop her from taking down Island. SK, oh my god. I thought she was going to go for the knife kill, and Suerte was going to turn around, and it would have been a disaster, but that's match point.
You know, I would have loved that knife kill from SK. I feel like that would have made my whole afternoon. Not that everyone should start knifing everyone going around, you know, folks. Don't make me too happy. But I think that would have been like the little cherry on top for that play. But you know what? We take the kills, we take the points wherever we can. SK holding down the leaderboard as a controller, 16, 10, and 8. Bunny B as well hanging up there. Just Dart Monkeys is doing everything correctly at this point, and unfortunately from AIMPUNCH, they can't seem to find the rhythm.
Okay. They've got poison orb lineups. We see it, and Island once again being tagged up by KDO's recon and still able to escape the Hunter's Fury. Honestly, Hunter's Fury versus Island is the name of the game from KDO and Island so far. So I mean, it's pretty funny to watch. Somehow she's able to escape the clutches, but SK, nice shot, creeping all the way up, help with the poison orb and the toxic screen, and she's almost single-handedly secured the A site. Not aware of the sky and showers, but she turns around at just the wrong moment, and a 3K from SK that frees up the A site. It's going to be a long rotation around in a 2v5 situation. No ultimates on either side, and SK, oh, she's taken down by the Odin, finally shutting down that Viper, but Hollywood on the flank. Ramar definitely hears her. The hop up is too much though, and there's Hollywood all left alone in a 1v3 once again with only 30 HP to their name. A peek out into heaven, and Island gets the last laugh, and that's game.
I could not ask for a better first match for the semifinals. I mean, it looked like it was going back and forth at the beginning, Tala, but somehow Dart Monkeys manages to change the pace altogether on attack and run with it. Who are some of the players that you're going to keep an eye for onto that next map?
I mean, I definitely think that Hollywood, huge fragger for AIMPUNCH, and SK on the Viper, though, it was just really nice lurking. You see a lot of double controller unbinded, I think, because it's such a small map. Having more than one controller can be incredibly oppressive here, but she didn't really use her utility to try and smoke off angles for her team, but more played around her own utility, was able to kind of dance around the screens and the orbs and just lurk up into positions you wouldn't expect her to be in, and it was incredibly powerful. You saw it in play in that last round, and it was just amazing.
A lot of space for her team. Well, that is it for our first map, folks. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll bring you the second map.